First of all, I would like to mention that the camp of Yevata is the third largest camp in Greece and the first largest camp in northern Greece. When I started going there back in 2015, I started working on a voluntary basis. That period, about 1,200 people were living there. They were all asylum seekers. Most of them were coming from Syria. Some of them were Kurdish, others not. About 20% of that amount were Afghani people. And some, few, were from Pakistan, from Turkey, from Iraq, and from Iran. That was the full capacity of the camp, 1,200 people. In about 2018, 1,600 people were living there, more than the full capacity of the camp. They were people that entered the camp without permission and they were living in their tents. Of course, the manager was trying to make arrangements so that they would go to another camp to live in containers. Today, there are about 350 people living there. We have been facing in the last year a rapid decrease in the amount of the residents of the camp. And the same thing happens with asylum seekers that live in apartments in Thessaloniki and in the suburbs. The late years, the past years, most of the people living in the camp are Afghani people. This period, now that we are talking, there is a transformation of the camp of Yevata. It will be transformed to a first reception camp. What does it mean? It means that up to now, asylum seekers were living in the camp, waiting for their interview to come. Sometimes they have been waiting for 3 or 4 years for the date of the interview to come. Now, newcomers in Greece that have not been registered, that have not asked for asylum, will be coming to the camp. They will be registered, they will ask for asylum, they will get a date for their interview, and they will stay in the camp until the interview or until they will be transferred to another camp. This situation is changing now, this month. About the people that are living in the camp now, as I told you, there are about 350, and every day they get less. Most of them are from Afghanistan, some of them from Iraq, few from Syria, and some from Turkey and Pakistan. And we also have a new family from Sierra Leone. Children that finished school in June, in the past June, were about 150, while 350 children started school in September. What happened in the middle? Many families left. They got positive answers to their asylum request. They got passports and they left for other countries, mainly Germany, but other countries of Central Europe too. Some families go to France, some others go to Holland, but most of the families go to Germany. They don't want to leave. I can feel it. They tell us too, but I can feel it. But they don't have opportunities here. To tell you the truth, there is a huge brain drain in Greece. Educated, qualified, sometimes overqualified girls and boys leave Greece because of lack of career opportunities. So how could the refugees stay? But we speak almost every day with many of them via various applications, and we learn, we share our news, we learn how they live there. It is a marvelous thing for me to see their faces and hear their voices, even though they are not next to me. At the moment, in the camp, there are doctors, nurses, psychologists, social workers. They are all state employees. There is also one REC. REC is a Refugee Education Coordinator. I am a REC. Sometimes there are more RECs in one camp. It depends on the number of the children that go to school. And every time there is an NGO, the NGO is responsible for the help that provides to students after their school. I mean, they help them with their school duties. Sometimes the NGOs make lessons for adults and for children, Greek lessons, German lessons, English lessons, and sometimes they organize some sports activities, mostly football for the boys. In the last 2 years, the funds for the NGOs have been seriously trimmed. So there are not so many activities for adults and for children because the number of the people, of the employees of the NGOs is disproportionate to the number of the beneficiaries. What I want to say is that the employees are few. They are not enough to provide activities for both adults and children. A refugee education coordinator, EREC, is a state employee. He is working or she is working for the Ministry of Education and Religious Affairs. According to our duties, we are responsible for supervising the non-formal education, the education that the NGO provides, that is to say. And we are also responsible to register children at school, to find the suitable school for every child, to arrange the transportation from the camp to the school and back, to be informed about the progress of the children and the behavior of the children. Normally, we do what a parent would do in other circumstances. Of course, when we communicate with the school, mostly on daily basis for every child, we go to the parents and inform them, usually by the aid of a translator. But I want to tell you that EREC is usually the most lovable person in the camp, most lovable by the refugees, okay? Why that? Because we usually bring good news. For example, we say school start, your child is registered, the bus is ready, is waiting for your child to take it to the school. We give bags, pencil cases, notebooks, books. We get them from donations. And we struggle to find donations, to tell you the truth. So we are lovable persons in the camp. And when a father or a mother has something to share with somebody, they come to us. They come to us not only to share problems or thoughts about their children, they come to us for everything you can imagine. For example, they come to us to make a telephone call, to make an appointment for them, for work or for a doctor outside the camp. They come to us to send an email so as to receive a parcel via the post. They come to us even to arrange a marriage or a funeral for a loving person. They come to us for everything. The most common problem we face is school dropout and the stage before school dropout, the inconsistent schooling. Why does this happen? It happens for many reasons, but the main reasons, in my opinion, is that refugees think Greece as a transit country. Even if they stay in Greece for 3 or 4 years, many of them, they think that this is a transit country. They are waiting to go to Central Europe. They think that their life will start there. Their real life will start there. So many times they don't speak highly of education to their children. Many times parents do not wake up to send their children to school. This is the main problem, in my opinion. There are other problems too. For example, for cultural reasons, they prefer to keep 16-year-old girls in-house for householding instead of sending them to school. You asked me what EREC does. EREC does this thing, fights with the wind every day, fights with the wind to change ideas that there are in mothers' and fathers' minds. about school, about education. Of course, every case is a different case, but this is the main problem, school dropout. The biggest joy I get through my work is the educational and social progress of the children. I will tell you an example. 2 months ago, a girl solved a difficult problem in trigonometry. I was very proud of her. I was very happy for her because I know this girl for 4 years. I have been teaching her in private, so as to say, lessons. I have been teaching her maths for 4 years. We started with the addition of numbers, and now, after 4 years, she is in the position to solve a difficult problem in trigonometry. This is a great joy for me. I am very proud of her, and she is very proud of herself too, which is very important. Generally, I have a joyful minutes every day in my life. There are moments in my everyday life full of happiness and joy. What I mean, children bring me drawings, or mothers see me working late in the office and bring me food to eat because they say, you didn't go home yet, we brought you something to eat. All those things are moments that show that we care for one another. And I will tell you something very emotional to me. It happened 3 or 4 days ago. I was talking via an application with a girl. She's 11 years old now. She left 2 years ago for Germany with her family. I love her very much. We were trying to speak in Greek because she does not know English and I do not know Kurdish. So we tried to speak in Greek, but she seems to have forgotten many of her Greek. So she told me, I have forgotten my Greek, but I will never stop loving Greek because one person I love very much speaks Greek. I don't know, I have this phrase of hers in my mind. How can an 11-year-old girl say something so magnificent? I really cannot believe it. I wouldn't change anything in my job as a rec. I love my job. Not a single thing. I would change some things in other people's jobs though. For example, here in Greece, there is a huge bureaucracy and many laws sometimes contradict to one another. So if I could, I would like to make things more simple so that the employees would be more flexible and everything would be done quickly, more quickly and more easily in our everyday lives. But maybe I would like to change some things in Europe too, if I could, of course. We are all witnesses of the Ukraine citizens and refugees. Everything happened so quickly all around Europe, and this was very good. Of course, it was very good. This is the way things should be done. However, citizens of non-European countries, the past 6 or 7 years, had to wait for as many as 3 or 4 years to go through an interview and to get their asylum. And now we are very glad that we see European countries accepting easily on the spot people from Ukraine, while those countries did not accept not one single refugee from Syria, from Iraq, from Afghanistan. And I cannot help wondering why, because they were people coming from wars too. Something very good has been done with the Ukrainian people. They are entitled automatically temporary protection. I would like to see that happening 6 or 7 years ago with other peoples coming from other countries in war.